I know you can't find time to watch every Tuesday Minute. Life is crazy these days. But I want to give you an update on a video we did with Dr. Sabine Hazan, the CEO of Progena Biome, a microbiome genomic research laboratory, and update her findings. You could see a link to the right to watch the video or read the transcript. We shared earlier findings that the first 4 patients she tested who'd received the COVID vaccine had dramatic reductions in bifidobacteria. Her research team has since been following 200 vaccine-injured patients. She's observed dramatic losses of bifidobacteria as well as other bacterial species in some patients, but not all. Dr. Hazan said right now we're seeing a persistence of bifidobacteria loss in some patients. We have markers that we're developing to identify those patients that are vaccine injured, and we're trying to find a signature microbiome in vaccine injuries. She goes on to say that there have also been rare cases where bifidobacteria increased. And it's not just bifidobacteria that are affected. Confirming her work, researchers from Hong Kong found that mRNA COVID-19 vaccine administration was directly linked to reduced gut biodiversity, resulting in a loss of at least 10 different microbes. While some vaccinated people saw an increase in certain bacteria, vaccination reduced overall microbiome diversity. I've included a link to a recent interview that she had with Dr. Osborne. I wanted to share some of the main takeaways about this amazing gift called the microbiome. The microbiome is diversified and different for different cultures. The Maine bugs in America are different from the Maine bugs in China, which are different from the Maine bugs in Japan or the Amazon. The microbiome changes based on what we eat and our genes. Also, there's an interdependence between bacteria. Bacteria need other bacteria to survive. Let's say we're trying to enhance one bacterial strain. Let's call it bacterial NT. NT short for neurotransmitters. As a reminder, 95% of serotonin and 50% of dopamine are made by the bacteria in our gut. We're now learning that bacterial strain NT is dependent upon other bacteria. Let's call it a strain DB, short for dependent bacteria. By killing or reducing strain DB, we inadvertently reduce the ability of NT to do its job. And whenever the balance of bacteria in our gut is upset, the greater the chance of dysbiotic organisms dominating the terrain. If the bad guys gain the upper hand, disease sets in. Other influences that reduce the effectiveness of the microbiome are stress and anxiety. Stress changes the pH of the gut, which changes the environment for the health of the microbiome. We know the microbiome secretes cytokines that turn inflammation on and off, affect brain chemistry, enhance immune modulation, and more. Dr. Peter McCullough has shared on various interviews that 1/3 of people don't seem to be harmed by the vaccine or COVID. These people probably have a strong, healthy microbiome. He also comments that 1/3 have transient or borderline issues, and the remaining 1/3 have more serious concerns, some called vaccine injuries or long COVID. Based on Dr. Hazan's work, as well as the Hong Kong study, the microbiome diversity could be the X factor, or the variable that determines the outcome. The microbiome can be altered by sickness, particularly COVID, as well as the spike protein in the vaccines. So let's talk about some strategies to support the microbiome. As I talk with clinical consultants at labs that measure the microbiome, they all tell me fiber, but more important, soluble fiber is a big key to feeding these life-saving little bugs. The suggested goal is 8 to 15 grams. Soluble fiber dissolves in water. Insoluble fiber doesn't. It's the soluble fiber that is such an important fuel for our microbiome. Soluble fiber is found in sweet potatoes, turnips, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, oats, peas, beans, apples, citrus fruits, carrots, barley, and psyllium. The goal for total fiber in women is about 25 grams a day. For men, about 38 grams. The goal for soluble fiber to feed the microbiome is 8 to 15 grams. What about hydrochloric acid, and how does it affect healthy microbiome? Remember, illness will reduce the parietal cell's ability to concentrate hydrogen ions to make hydrochloric acid. Unhealthy levels of hydrochloric acid will not stimulate the enzymes necessary for a healthy environment for the good bacteria to thrive. One more reason to assess the need for hydrochloric acid beyond digestion. Fermented vegetables are an unsung hero in the microbiome world. Fermented vegetables create an environment for healthy bacteria to thrive and should be eaten daily. This includes kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, kefir, miso, raw milk cheese, yogurt, apple cider vinegar, real sourdough bread, etc. Lots of recipes online can teach you and your patients how to make them yourselves. Biodoff 7 Plus and Adult ENT Pro are two probiotics that supply acid and bile-resistant bifidobacteria and the prebiotics that are needed to feed and to house them. Probiotics aren't very effective if bile and digestive enzymes kill them before they get to the colon. As an added benefit, both have been shown to stimulate secretory IgA. As a reminder, if patients bloat after a pasta or heavy carb meal, there's a good indication they might have SIBO. You can see a link to the right for more detailed discussions. I know we've talked about a lot of issues in this segment, but I hope you're getting a renewed passion to learn and support these amazing organisms that make us, us. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again next Tuesday.